shorthand high speed, 130 words per minute, 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 seconds, 5 seconds. Now write down. The Indian Constitution provides for a parliamentary form of government. Accordingly, the executive is collectively responsible to the legislature in respect of all its functions, decisions and actions. The legislature controls the executive primarily through its legislative authority and control over the purse. At general elections, people are given an opportunity to elect a new parliament and state legislature. This system of government differs basically from that of the United States of America, where the president is the real executive and the cabinet is only his shadow. Under the Indian Constitution, the president occupies the same position as the king under the British Constitution. He is the head of the state, but not of the executive. He represents the nation, but does not rule the nation. His place in the administration is that of a ceremonial device in a seal by which the nation's decisions are made known. The president is indirectly elected by an electoral college consisting of the elected members of both houses of parliament and the legislative assemblies of the states. The election is held in accordance with the system of proportional representation by means of the single transferable vote. In view of the position of the president in a parliamentary form of government, direct election was considered unnecessary. In the case of an elected member of either house of parliament, that is the central legislature, the number of votes which he can cast is obtained by dividing the total number of votes which the elected members of the legislative assemblies of the states are entitled to cast by the total number of elected members of both houses of parliament, fractions exceeding one half being counted as one and those less than one half being disregarded. The qualifications needed by a candidate for the office of president are that he should be a citizen of India, not less than 35 years of age, and eligible for election as a member of the House of the People. A government servant or a servant of local authority is, however, ineligible for election as president. The term of office of the president is 5 years unless he resigns earlier or is removed from office by impeachment. The president is eligible for re-election. The president has an official residence and draws a salary of rupees 10,000 per month. He is also entitled to the same privileges and allowances as the Governor General had before January 26, 1950. The salary and the allowances of the president cannot be reduced during his term of office. August. Office of the President of the Indian Republic carries with it great dignity and legal privileges. The President is not answerable to any court for the exercise and performance of the powers and duties of his office. No criminal proceedings can be instituted against him, nor can he be arrested or imprisoned during his tenure of office. No civil proceedings can be instituted against him during his tenure of office without 2 months written notice regarding the relief claimed. The Indian Constitution provides for impeachment of the President by violation of the Constitution. A motion preferring such a change may be initiated in either House of Parliament but must be passed in the form of a resolution by a 2/3 majority of the total membership of the House. 14 days notice signed by not less than a quarter of the total members of the House must be given of such motion in advance. When a charge has been so preferred by one house, it shall be investigated or caused to be investigated by the other house. If a resolution is passed by the house by which the charge was investigated or caused to be investigated by a two-thirds majority of the total membership of that house sustaining the charge, the president is forthwith removed from office. India's constitution vests in the president all executive powers of the union, including the supreme command of the defense forces and the powers to grant pardons, reprieves, respites, or remissions of punishments, or to suspend, remit, or to commute sentence in certain cases. All important appointments are made by him, including those of governors, diplomats, judges of the Supreme Court and the High Courts, the chairman and members of the Union Public Service Commission, the Attorney General of India, and the Controller and Auditor General of India. He also appoints the election commissioners and the members of Finance Commission, as well as commissions charged with reporting the administration of the scheduled areas and the welfare of the scheduled tribes and investigating the conditions of socially and educationally backward classes. The legislative authority of the President extends to the promulgation of ordinances during the recess of Parliament. He is also empowered to make regulations for the peace, progress, and good government of certain union territories. He can return bills other than money bills to Parliament for reconsideration, summon or prorogue either house or both the houses, dissolves the House of the People, summon both houses to meet at a joint sitting and messages to either house, and address either house or both houses assembled together. No money can be granted by Parliament without the recommendation of the President, nor can money bills or bills with money clauses be introduced in Parliament without his recommendation. The Indian Constitution gives wide powers to the President in an emergency. It contemplates three types of emergencies and correspondingly three kinds of proclamation which the President can use.